What an awesome morning it is. I'm in my semi-local woodland. It is a 7-kilometer cycle from my house, but it's all worth it. I'm here for two reasons. I'm here to scout a new woodland. It's not really a new one, it's one that I've tried to find before. I've seen it on the maps, but obviously having navigational issues inside the other woodland to try and get there, because it's separated with meadows and stuff. And once I came through, I couldn't see where it was. I went to a different woodland which shows up on the map at another angle. So I definitely know where I'm heading today. I'm actually going through a new part of the old woodland which I scouted in my first Scouting a New Woodland video, which I uploaded maybe 3 or 4 videos ago. So I'll be scouting that out, and then I'll be going back to my normal spot, but a different part of my normal spot where I've done 2 wild camps, and I'll be filming a Show Me Your Steak challenge. Got 4 IPA craft beers to show you all as well. I really entice you to get out and explore your locality, and I'm talking about within 20 kilometers radius of your house. You should be going around and exploring and finding places like this. If you think about your life and wonder, just honestly take a look at yourself and wonder, how long do you spend indoors? How long do you spend on a couch or in front of a laptop or with some kind of tablet device in your hand? And how often do you come to places like this? If it's very often, then good on you, well done. But we're creating a future where we're all going to be living in all these like cement boxes, and as long as we have Wi-Fi and some kind of device attached to our face or our head, or with wires or some crap, then we'll be happy. Living a very, very artificial life. And what I'm going to entice you now is just try find your locality, have a look for local nature reserves. This is technically a nature reserve as well, and just go and have a look. Take yourself a thermos flask if you're not ready to get into bushcraft, and do things like purchase a little stick stove and cooking equipment to be able to boil yourself some water, and then just make your coffee or your drink at home. Nest over there. Make your coffee or your drink at home, and just bring it along with you. Bring something to sit on. Park yourself up at the back of a tree somewhere and just sit there and listen to this. It is so stress relieving, and apparently soil releases endorphins, which kind of like naturally make you, in one sense you could actually say high, but it's just like it ups you, it makes you happier in life. So as similarly, if you get into gardening, make a little vegetable patch in your garden outside your back door right near your house. You have to put it near your house, because if you go and stick it at the way back of your garden, you're going to be too lazy to go out there and take care of it. So stick it very close to your house. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, just grow something else there. Get out into nature, and also make sure the following generations do the same. So I'm very lucky to be able to get hold of wood like this, especially in this woodland. A little bit of spalting going on there, but that's nothing. This is pretty solid, pretty dry. So this is probably where our ancestors got the idea of grafting. In other words, cutting a piece off of one tree and joining it to another tree of a similar species, and being able to grow different fruits on that tree. So here in nature, this it's one tree, this one oak tree has, the branches have obviously grown into each other and been touching for that long that they actually created a wound when the wind was blowing, and then that wound healed itself out. It's very dark on the camera, but I took some pictures anyway. So finally head up to the spot where I need to do get the fire going, get the steak going. It's 11:30. I'm a bit of a hungry bugger right now because I obviously skipped breakfast. Stomach's starting to rumble a bit. And I'm just super happy with how nice and noisy the wilderness is today. I mean, we got the highway there in the background, but just the birds are going mental today. I'm pretty happy about that. Obviously this is a regular spot that I come to, and it's not normally this nice and busy, noisy. Sweet. So seating space, fire somewhere over here. Man, let's get cooking. It's all about feeding the fire, putting the fresh small stuff where it's needed, slowly, bit by bit. It's also always good to stand things up vertically, so dump them in the holes, so stand up and follow the flame. That's my own personal thing. I didn't watch a video about that. It's just something I've developed over the last few years. So I tried to hold off for a bit, but I'm going to kick into one of these right now. I'm feeling a bit hungry. It's like well after 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I haven't had anything to eat today yet. So if you've seen this before, some of you may have, if you're in the UK especially. It's kind of like an old school high energy kind of bar kind of thing. It says mint cake, and that got me all excited until I actually bought it and ate it. So if you know an After 8, which is a kind of British chocolate kind of thing, or European chocolate, I don't know. It's very, very, very similar to that. Except the gooey, minty part is not gooey, it's more solid.
There's the mint part. It is nice. Anyway, energy 1699 kilojoules / 402 kcal. I don't know what that means. That's per 100 grams, and it's a 40-gram bar. So I got myself an Angus steak for this occasion. It's a matured one, dry matured. So it's been matured on the bone for something like 20 days, and then dry matured or something like that for a further 30 days, I think it was. I can't remember now. But what I've done is I've put my own pre-marinade flavorings. I'm just putting it there next to the fire so it can just start warming up a bit. What I've done in the typical South African fashion is I've gone and thrown in a whole bunch of crushed coriander seeds, which I crushed myself. We really love our coriander, so if you know about biltong, things like that, you'll see a lot of coriander seed on there. It really goes well with beef, so I highly recommend you try it out if you haven't ever tried it out. So the main ingredients in there, I put a lot of coriander seed because I hardly get to eat South African food, so I kind of went over the top with that. A general steak seasoning mix, if you can get hold of one. I'll be ordering some from a South African shop tonight, one of our types of kind of what we call a braai mix, which is kind of like a braai is a barbecue, what we call a barbecue. And I'll be ordering quite a big pack of that stuff. So what's in there now is the crushed coriander seed, but on both sides, a hefty amount of garlic salt. Garlic salt helps your recipes improve quite a lot. A bit of Himalayan salt thrown in there just in case garlic salt doesn't do its thing, but the main thing was getting the garlic in there. Usually I would prefer to use fresh garlic, but I find the garlic salt was pretty good in getting the flavor in there. Then there is crushed black pepper and a little bit of soy sauce, not a lot this time. When I made my last steak challenge, I used quite a lot of soy sauce together with a drink, so I marinated it with Guinness Stout, I think it is. Yeah, this time it was just the soy sauce and a little bit of olive oil. I'm not sure how well you can see them in there, but I've got some auricularia, which is a native fungus that grows throughout Europe, and I'm pretty sure in North America and other places like that. It likes to grow on elder trees, so I have some harvested ones that I got out a few weeks ago, and I'm just rehydrating them quickly. So the auricularia is nice and hydrated again, so I'm just going to chuck in some oil. Then the shiitakes will be chopped up, thrown in, the onion will be chopped up, thrown in. Cook that a bit, and that'll just be the complimentary dish on the side with the steak. I have some bread for the steak. I have some naan bread, so it'll be nice to throw a bit of that onto there. Bit of olive oil, just for the veg. Alright, the steak is just about done. Got the veg cooking in there, that's almost done as well. So I'll just serve that up. I think I'm going to give that section of the steak over there is going to be like just, maybe that's the one I'll munch. That one over there might be sliced up and put into my bread, into my naan bread, together with the onions and mushrooms. Either side of the smaller piece will go towards the sandwiches I'm going to make with the naan bread, the bigger piece for munching. So I'll just slice these into very small strips. Man, I can't wait. Let me give it a shot. Wow. Yeah, it's good. I don't eat a lot of meat at home. We're not vegetarian, we're not vegan, but we're just trying to look out for the place, so we don't eat much meat at all. So when I do come out, it's a bit of a treat. Yeah, enjoy it. Man, 24 hours marinade is the deal. That's the way to do it. So I've done steak challenge before. This is my second one. Why I'm doing another one is it's a very important topic, extremely important topic. But one of the main things was I did nominate 3 people. Unfortunately, one of those nominations had already been nominated a week or so before I nominated. So that person's going to get to doing their thing at some point. They haven't done it yet, but they have a good reason not to do it at the moment. I tried to make it an international thing. I was trying to so I think it's something that's big amongst people from North America and England and maybe other parts of Europe, but I'm not really seeing it yet much in other parts of the world. So I tried to help it to expand a bit, and I went along and I said, alright, cool. So I nominated Kentaro in the Woods from Japan. I've had no acknowledgement whatsoever from that guy. I've commented on a few of his videos and stuff, and a lot of people have thumbs up the comments, so I'm pretty sure he's seen it, but there's no reply saying I can do it, I can't do it, I'll get to it when I want to, I'll get to it when I have time, nothing like that. So no reply from them. So a little bit disappointing, but I don't want to prejudge. I don't know what the situation is. Scotty's Gone Walkabouts is the one who has been nominated by someone else, and he's from Australia. So I nominated a dude from Japan, I nominated a dude from Sweden, I nominated someone from Australia. The Australian guy's already been tagged by someone, so fair enough, cool. And he said he will get to it, he will do it at some point. He just moved his house recently or something, so he can't do it right away. So the other guy that I nominated was Nagilero from Sweden, and he did actually reply. Unfortunately, one of the issues that I had was when I clicked on the notification that he's replied, basically before you click on it, you see, maybe the first 2 or 3 lines of the message the person sent you. So if I can remember, he said something along the lines of, sorry, I've been really busy, I've not had the time. And then from that point I clicked on it, and then it shot to the video where he replied. So I can't remember if it was my video that he actually came over to my challenge video and said, sorry dude, I can't do that right now, but it just disappeared. So I couldn't see the full message, so I have no idea. I don't want to prejudge the guy because I have no idea what he meant, what he said in the end of the video. In the end of the reply. Was he saying that he cannot do it, or he doesn't, maybe doesn't agree with the challenge or something, or I'm not too sure, but I didn't get the full message. And I took it as he will get to it when he has the time. And the guy's uploaded quite a few videos since then, so I don't know if he's got a lot of stuff filmed in a period of time that he means to get to it later, or if he's not going to get to it at all. I have no idea. If you have contact with the guy, ask him, because I don't know, and I can't find that comment anymore, so I have no clue. So anyway, the main thing is I'm kind of disappointed with the results from the tags that I've given, because I've had not a single person of the remaining 2 make anything. So I'm gonna, in a way, I'm technically like revoking them and just saying, well, you know, by now you should have done something, and you haven't. So yeah, man, my mouth is watering looking at this stuff. Alright, so as I was saying, I'm a little bit like kind of revoking Kintaro in the Woods and Nagalero. They've not really properly gotten in touch with me. Nagalero tried and didn't really work out. I don't know, something wrong with the message system, or I don't know what. Anyway, I couldn't see his full reply. He did apologize. He said, hey, sorry mate, I didn't have the time, and then I couldn't see the rest of the message. When I clicked on it, it just kind of like disappeared. I don't know what, I'm new to YouTube, so I don't know, whether it go into a spam folder, I don't know. Anyway, Kintaro in the Woods from Japan hasn't replied at all. A few of his followers have thumbs up my message, and it's like kind of like the first, you know, comment, and the guy hasn't replied anything. I don't know. So anyway, if they want to do it, they do it. You know, I kind of hope that you guys can go across to their channels and, you know, pester them a bit, because it'd be nice to see other countries getting involved in this challenge. I know Sweden already, with Nagalero in the country he's in, they've already gotten involved. But Japan, I haven't seen anything from Japan yet, so that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, I came to the realization that there was another channel that that is not actually linked at all in bushcraft or well, it's in outdoors environment, but it's not like bushcraft oriented. It's not like camping oriented, and it's a really, really good channel if you have nieces, nephews, sons and daughters who you don't want to get them stuck on iPads and technology. This is probably the best channel you can let your kids watch that would entice them and encourage them to go outdoors and have fun. And this, it's not just one channel, it's a family from the US somewhere, and it is The Axel Show. And that is a small channel, well, not a small channel really, but it's a channel of a guy and his son who just spend all the time playing, and it's like, this guy is just probably the best dad I've ever seen in my life, how he spends so much time with his kid. And if you just watch a few of his videos, you'll realize, yeah, sure, he's doing it for to obviously run the YouTube channel, but he gets to spend all the time now with his child. He doesn't actually work. This is his full-time job now, and you can tell that this is one of the people that you can tell 100% that he's motivated to do this for his family and for him and his kid, as opposed to just, hey, we can make some easy money. Anyway, in every single one of his videos, this guy gives some moralistic little message at the end, even halfway through. He just says to you, like, go out there, have fun, enjoy yourself. And so I thought I'd tag Patrick, who's the father of Axel, in The Axel Show. They have a few other channels as well. I think one is called like The Southern Family or Southern House, I'm not too sure, but they've got quite a few channels, and I'm hoping that they accept this challenge, because he'll run out into the woods with his kid, they'll make a steak or something, I don't know, and even if it's a vegetarian steak, who knows. But the main thing is, I think he would have a very, very good message to add to this, and then he would spread this beyond the bushcraft arena, and you'd spread it into the world of where young kids who watch their show and are actually more inclined to enjoy outdoorsy events and things, rather than, you know, gaming and stuff like that. So I'm tagging Patrick from The Axel Show, and hope him and Axel and River and his wife, I'm sorry, I forgot what his wife was called, head out somewhere in the woods or whatever and just cook up a nice family steak and have a good time out there. And I know that that family would give a really, really good message to the world. And yeah, let's see if they accept. 21% battery life. I've made one bread, naan bread, with obviously slices of the steak, and then my mix of mushrooms and onion. But I'm gonna dig into this guy right now. Don't want it to get too cold. Look at that. Ooh. As I said, I don't eat a whole lot of meat, so this is a bit of a treat. Oh wow, yeah. Pretty juicy. Earlier on it was kind of looking like it was drying out quite a bit. It's a little bit, it's mostly brown, but there's a little bit of pink inside there. I kind of like, this is to me a perfect steak. I don't like raw steak. I don't mind it. In the beginning, many years ago I used to find it quite disgusting, but I'm kind of more open-minded to it now. But I still prefer to know that my meat is a little bit more thoroughly cooked. As you can see, it's still plenty juice in there, so don't be scared to cook it a bit longer if you have to, you know. Oh yeah. And the coriander seed just makes so much of a difference as well. Little grey squirrel down there climbing down a hawthorn. Ooh. Oh, this is good. And I'm going to take all of this down. Like I said, I've not had breakfast. I had that Kendall mint cake, and that was it. And three IPAs and lagers.